Welcome back in. Well, our next guest is a songwriter and singer with an incredible voice that is both weighted and soulful. New Orleans native Andrew Duhon is joining us today on Zoom to discuss his upcoming tour and new single, Waco Kool-Aid. Andrew, thanks for joining us this morning. First off, tell me a little bit more about your music journey. I mean, you've got New Orleans roots, so how does that kind of influence your sound and get you to where you are today?
I would say, being from New Orleans, there's a soul in this place that, it's going to come through you like osmosis. It's not like every day's Mardi Gras and everybody eats jambalaya every day. It's just, there's something old about the French Quarter, and there's something that just feels like poetry when you walk down the river in the morning. I think it's special to be in New Orleans and to be an artist in New Orleans. I think any artist in New Orleans would tell you that there's something that's just going to move through you from this city. Maybe it's the ghosts or something, I don't know, but it's a special place to be from. And it's not to say that I'm always writing about New Orleans specifically, but I think there's just an involuntary passing through of the soul of the place.
Absolutely, and it gives you such a uniqueness to your music and to your sound. I love the way you described it. It's like poetry walking through the streets. That's absolutely amazing. And you're headed on tour in a couple of days. You got a new single coming out, Waco Kool-Aid. Kind of talk to me about the tour. Also, I have to know more about the name behind this single.
Sure. If it sounds juicy and spicy, I think it is. It's yeah, it's a new single. I don't know. When I started, it was heartbreak songs and longing, but now that I'm an older man and I'm doing a couple of double takes at what's going on these days and how addicted we are to our phones and our media, I think there was something that I wanted to say about, I don't know, our collective gullibility, it feels like. I'm guilty, and I think most of us are, of the fact that we have all of the information at our fingertips, but it's not designed to do much more than confirm our biases or show us what it thinks we already believe. And I think that's a real problem. And we have to make the effort just to talk to each other. I think being in a touring band, so being in a van all the time and meeting people across the country is really lucky for us. But I don't think most people get that opportunity to see a cross-section of the American landscape and the American community in all the ways that it might exist. Instead, we're kind of stuck in our little rabbit holes, and I think making an effort to get out of there and talk to each other is important.
Yeah, very cool. I love the background story on that single. And also, you've got a show right here in Huntsville on Friday, but we learned this morning it's actually sold out. How does that make you feel to know that so many people are so supportive of your career right here in the Rocket City?
Sure. I mean, that's exactly what you want to hear, right? That the show is sold out. I love that, and it's not a giant venue. But even so, just to play to a full crowd, as you said, I think I set out to tell my story. What is it that I have to say? And so to pull our van in somewhere and know that it's full of people who are interested in hearing that story, it keeps you going. It's wind in the sail. It's beautiful.
And even though that show is sold out, if you want to see him, because of course you do, don't freak out, because you have another show coming up in North Alabama. And so where can people get tickets for that show, and where can people see you and keep up with you online?
Sure. That next show is Saturday. So if the Huntsville show is Friday the 18th, on the 19th, there's a show in Fort Payne, Alabama. It's a festival, actually, I believe, called Mays Golf Songwriter Fest. So that's on Saturday, and I'm sure there's room there. I will also give a plug. I understand that there's a Bob Seger cover band, tribute band, that is playing before us. I don't know if there's Bob Seger fans out there, but I'm one. I'm excited about that. But yeah, so that's Fort Payne, Alabama, Saturday, not sold out. And yeah, that should be great. And we'll be a trio, as we usually are: drums, bass, guitar. And you can still get tickets to that Saturday
So yeah, make
show.
sure y'all head out to Fort Payne. Before we go, I got to know, what's your favorite song to perform that, just gives you all the feels, gives the crowd all the feels? What's your #1 performance song?
Right now, it's tied. It's tied with this Waco Kool-Aid song, because anything new is always fun. and I think it has an interesting message, and I think it's a low enough hanging fruit that you'll get it the first time you hear it, more or less. But there's another song that I've played that I don't know that I have ever skipped in a set since I wrote it, and that song is called Just Another Beautiful Girl. And it's a story, and I welcome anyone to go give it a listen. But you know, telling the stories is kind of what I'm trying to do, and those two feel like good ones in my book.
Good deal. Andrew, thank you for joining us. Thanks for your new single, and congratulations on that. Also a sold-out show. So excited for your upcoming show. You make sure you check him out, Fort Payne, on Saturday. Andrew, thanks for joining us here today.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.